guys, it's Gregory, and awesome to see you as always for another episode of Boy Meets Beauty. So, this is like my next addition to my skincare by type videos that you guys have really been enjoying. And today we're talking all about oily skin do's and don'ts. So, you guys have all been messaging me, do one for oily skin, do one for us. I'm like, okay, it's coming. So here it is. So batten down the hatches and get ready for some great tips on living with oily skin. Now, the pain in the butt about oily skin is that you're shiny, and we're definitely going to deal with that. But the good news is that you will actually, develop wrinkles slower because your skin has its own lubrication. So it's not all always bad news, but you are prone a little bit more to breakouts and congestion because of that oil. Now, most people want to immediately just strip their skin of oil because it makes them feel better. But as we talked about before, that is not a good idea because all it does is make those oil glands, boom, kick into gear higher and produce more oil. So the key word for oily skin is, drumroll please, bam. Balance. We want to balance the skin and make sure it has an appropriate level of oil and hydration. So it takes a little trial and error figuring this out, but it's very important not to strip the skin. One of the really important things to do to oily skin is to keep it nice and clean. Now, that doesn't mean washing your face 5 times a day because that will dry it out. You want to make sure you're washing it gently in the morning and really giving a good washing and taking the day off at night. You can use a toner. I recommend an alcohol-free or oil control in the morning. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. And one spiked with a little bit of salicylic acid is good at night because that's going to help to exfoliate and, unclog those pores. Now, for cleansing, different types of cleansers. Here's 2 that I love, and obviously you guys know I'll put all the links downstairs. Clarins Gentle Foaming Cleanser is a really great cleanser that really effectively cuts all your dirt, your grease, and your grime without over drying your skin. And then oily skins are always really hesitant to try something like a balm cleanser. This is the Clinique Take the Day Away Cleansing Balm. But keep in mind that oil cuts oil. So that oil in that cleansing balm is going to dissolve and break down all the dirt, oil, and debris on your skin. Let's do a little hair fix there. So don't be afraid to get used to using an oil-based cleansing balm. It's gonna leave the skin feeling a little bit more comfortable and kind of cushiony versus this. But remember, we talked about that, and this is not good. I feel like a commercial or something. Anyway, next thing that's very important to do is exfoliate. What happens when you are in oily skin is that those dead cells are kind of like feathers on an oil slick. They just get stuck there, and then they they kind of lead up to congestion and breakouts. So it's important that you're exfoliating at least 2 times a week. Different ways to do that I love, of course, are, bam, Clarisonic. We all love Clarisonic. Make sure your brush is not too harsh. You can use it with your cleanser. I like to use it at night because I feel like, again, it's kind of that take the day off thing. But if you use it in the morning, you'll have a really nice glow, and it's great to do before a mask. Now, for a gentle everyday exfoliator, the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant is really, really nice. It's very soft and gentle and kind of emulsifies and dissolves onto the skin and just gives a very gentle daily polishing, which is really important for oily skin. Now, speaking of masking, she's very happy and excited to have that mask on, really excited. But I guess I love a face mask too, don't we all? So what you want to do is make sure that you're sopping up that extra oil that your skin produces once or twice a week. Again, it's great to do this after you exfoliate, like I've always said. And 2 options that I love are, here's a really basic, inexpensive option. It's the Freeman Clay and Avocado Mask. I like it because it's clay-based, but it's got the avocado and oatmeal, which is going to soothe and moisturize the skin, so it's not going to over dry. One that has packed with a little bit more punch is Glam Glow. A little bit of a higher price point, but this has that exfoliating benefit to it. So if you're gonna do something like a Glam Glow, you probably wouldn't need to do too much exfoliation beforehand, or you can kind of do it on different days. But the basis here is that clay is going to suck up and absorb extra oil. No, we don't want to do it every day because then it's going to make our skin make more oil. So once or twice a week is adequate. Now with that said, we want to make sure that, again, we have that balance of oil and water. So what you want to do is make sure that you are using moisturizers and hydrators. Now, hydrators we talked about are going to replenish the water in your skin. Moisturizers are going to work to protect moisture loss and that lipid barrier in the skin. What's important is that you don't skip out on these, because otherwise you'll dry the surface of your skin. Do you hear this like a theme here? Don't dry out the surface of your skin. Make sure, because when you put the hydration and the oil back on top, you kind of tell your skin, hey, I'm good with the moisture up here, so you don't have to make as much. Like, we cool now. So ones that I love, you guys have heard me talk about the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. This is like a nice drink of water for the skin. I really like it. It's very light, it's very hydrating. You can layer it under your moisturizers. Now, yes, you can go oil-free and water-based, totally cool, but once in a while, a little oil isn't going to hurt an oily skin. Like I said, it's going to balance it. So this is, you can't really see this up close, but again, the links are downstairs. This is Christine Valmy Special Cream 11. Christine Valmy is actually where I learned all of my skills for aesthetics way back when. And Special Cream 11 is an amazing balancing cream for oily skin. And no, it's not oil-free, but it's developed with skin-loving oils that are good for oily skin, and it's going to help balance and correct and calm oily skin. So this is one of my favorites. A lot of my clients use it as well. So, it's a perfect example of a moisturizer that is good for oily skin. So don't be afraid of a little bit of oil. Again, this maybe isn't like an every night thing. Maybe it's like every other night. Again, it's that trial and error. Flick back to, you know, my other videos and keep your little skincare diary and see what's working best for you, okay? Next. Okay, shine. Shine, shine, shine. You want your personality to shine, not your skin, right? That is my famous saying. So here's the key for that. Blotting papers are like an oily skin's best friend. They're going to sop up that extra oil. Now, I know a lot of you want to powder it away, but here's the thing. You need to blot, then powder. Otherwise, you're just smoothing that oil like all over the skin. You're getting the oil all over your brush. It's like gross.com. So blot, then oil, then blot, then oil. Oh, then powder. Oh my God, I'm so into my little rap here. I got things backwards. All right, blot the shine away and then powder it using like an oil control powder that's gonna help to absorb the oil that your skin produces during the day. Also, you have options in your toners that are going to help you to control oil as well. This is the Tonique Pure Focus by Lancome. You can see, well, if you can get a little, you can kind of see here, that it has got little powders. So you shake it up and you put it on the skin, and those little powders will actually help to absorb the oil that your skin produces, keeping you a little bit more matte all day. This is Kiehl's Oil Eliminator 24-Hour Anti-Shine Moisturizer. Now, it is technically for men, but in my opinion, what is making this for guys is probably the scent. My boo loves this, and he says, swears it helps to control his oil during the day in a really nice hydrating base. So if you need a little extra help with the shine situation, look to products like these, and then you can use your blotting papers and stuff during the day with a little bit of powder. Again, keywords here, you do want to look for water-based, oil-free, oil controlling, non-comedogenic. Those things are going to be your best friends. But combine all these tips that we've learned today and you are going to have a really nice, healthy, matte complexion that, hey, may have a little bit more oil than other skins, but that doesn't mean you can't control it and you will reap the benefits of it one day. Anyway, you guys, put your questions down below. Love being in touch with you. Check me out on social media at GregorsLA on Instagram and Twitter. I love being in touch with you guys. Anyway, have a fantastic week. Love you all and keep it beautiful.